Hello and welcome to Factorio. This is my Let's Play series for Exotic Industries. We have crash landed on an alien planet. We have to try and get our way off the planet by building a rocket, apparently. We're really bad at hitting planets. Even though space is very big and planets are very small, we seem to crash into them quite regularly. So this mod pack is an overhaul. It replaces a lot of the basic techs, introduces materials and machines and processes. And as I understand it, it's quite a bit bigger than the base game, but not quite as big as something like Pionodons. So I don't really know what I'm in for. It does have an Informatron, lots of information attached. So we'll have a quick look at this. Okay, let's just click through. Exotic Industries is an overhaul mod that influences or completely reworks nearly all aspects of the vanilla game. Naturally, Exotic Industries has no built-in integration for other big mods like Crastorio 2 or Space Exploration. Boo! Recommended mods, blah blah blah. Recommended use quality of life mods. I have installed some of those. Biters play a minor role in Exotic Industries. They can become a threat if you build very slowly. What I have done is halve the evolution rate and given myself a 200% sized starting area, so at least my base resources are not contested. I've got no idea how quickly I'll be going through this gameplay. In late game, you'll have access to strong military operations. Yay! Fine. Ages of technology. I think this is one of the things that sets this mod pack apart from others. So Exotic Industries is a mod that spans over several ages of technology. So in the base game, you have the burner phase, where you're basically a pickaxe on wheels. Then you have an early steam age, when you're getting red and green science up. Then there's the robot age with blue science. And then the late game with gold and purple science. But they all basically use the same machines after you got past the burner stage at the beginning. Here it seems to be divided into dark, steam, electricity, computer, quantum, and exotic. They all have their own colours, which is very nice. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to skip through those. Changes in technologies. Exotic Industries change the way technology is researched. A new age can only be researched if a certain percentage of techs from previous ages have already been researched. So you have to research a certain amount of the red tech to unlock the green tech, is how I understand this. So you can't just plot a shortest critical path. It's expecting you to research a wider selection of techs at each level. Pionodons implements this in a different way, in that you have to unlock quite a lot of, for example, the red techs to get all the processes and machinery needed to be able to implement the next tech. But anyway, this seems to do it a slightly different way. All tech starts with a minimum research price, so for example 10 pots, and becomes more expensive as you progress through the tech tree. So as I understand it, what this means is there is a multiplier applied to the cost of each research, and as you work through the researches, the 10 pots will get multiplied by this multiplier. So it might be a 300% multiplier, in which case the 10 techs would actually require you to research 30 of them rather than 10 to actually unlock that tech. So if you want to get to a particular endpoint, unlock particular things, you probably want to do those first, because that will unlock them with the minimum number of pots. If you unlock a purely red tech at the very end of your playthrough, it's going to require thousands of pots to unlock a 10 pot research. Okay, blah blah blah. Current age progress. So it says down here we are currently 0% of 0 through what we need to unlock the next age. There's new resources, alien artifacts. There is train progression, so there's more than one type of train, and there's spider prawn changes. Instead of bulk rail loaders, there are these inserters and cranes, so we'll see how that works. I've actually got a rail book that uses bulk rail loaders, so we'll see how that goes. There's a beacon overhaul, which I'm not going to look at. All this stuff is later in the game, so I'm not going to read any of that now. Okay, we are now 6 minutes into the game, and we have done nothing. So let's have a go. I'm going to turn on Alt so that we can loot our wreck. Whoops, sorry. And I haven't got any lighting mods installed, so I hope you can see what's going on. I wasn't sure if lighting mods would interfere with the base game in any way. Oh, what's this up here? This is an iron patch. Okay, so it looks like we probably need something a bit like a core mining drill to sit on and patch. Is there something here? Yeah, there is. Lead patch. Okay. Interesting. But I'm guessing you can't put burner miner drills. No, these require some kind of dedicated machine. Okay, well, let's go with the standard thing of putting down a miner. I have not got early construction bots. Now, this may be a mistake. Perhaps I should have installed nanobots or tiny start or something like that. But I thought for the first time I would play the mod through as intended, which means... menus are slightly different. So I thought I'd play it through as intended, which means not adding in game-altering mods. Right, I'm looking for some fuel. There's some iron ore underneath our crash site. So in a minute we'll set up some burner inserters to mine that. But I think we'll just go for a bit of wood to get our first few mining drills down. And we're just going to work towards being self-sufficient for our burner inserter phase. So that's going to mean that we get some iron and copper and coal mining up, and then we'll start looking at what we need to unlock the first few techs. I'm going to try and be judicious with the wood. Wood burns up really quickly, so I don't want to just put thousands of wood into machines. Okay, this is a different icon. So this is producing iron ingots rather than iron plate, which is interesting, and poor iron chunks. That's the stuff that's being mined out of the ground instead of iron ore. Okay, so if I want to make a burner mining drill, I need iron mechanical parts, stone furnace, and... Okay, so stone furnace. Let's go get some more stone. I'm just going to chop down these rocks so that they're done. And yeah, so I've got no real plans for how to go about this playthrough. I've installed transport drones, so I might do a single chunk ant farm, or we may go for rail blocks. I'm probably not going to go for some kind of bus because my experience of bus bases with complicated mod packs is that you spend your entire life basically building undergrounds, which is really no fun for anyone. Okay, so what is it that I need for this? It says I need a stone furnace, and I'm limited on the iron mechanical parts. So how do we make iron mechanical parts? Okay, so I can make them here. So what? I'm a bit confused. Maybe I just don't have enough. Oh, it says I need a... Right, it's the stone furnace I don't have, and I just queued up a lot of stone furnaces to be crafted. Okay, that's better. So let's do 4 of those. Then I can queue up some more stone furnaces to be made. That's 6 of it. 6, 7. Okay. I've got no idea how important wood is in this game, so I'm not going to go burning all of it straight away. I've trapped myself before in complex mods where I've harvested a bunch of wood at the beginning, thrown it into burner drills, and then sorry, my fingers are all over the place today. thrown it into mining drills and then ended up with no wood for important things like building electric circuits or other early game things. Anyway, we will try not to repeat those mistakes. We'll do different mistakes. Let's get some copper down. I have no idea how much copper I'm going to need. Copper is one of those things that you need very little of initially in the base game. And then some mods you need far more of it than you would ever need. So we'll just go for that for now. I'm going to up our coal production and reschedule those. And I'm sort of forgetting that I don't have construction bots to fly out and build these for me. Okay, now that we have some coal, I'm going to replace the wood on the start bar, and we'll start using wood for our burner miners. Okay, we've got some copper. The other thing I'm not sure about is in some mod packs, as you progress, you recycle all the old machines, so mining drills require burner miners and so on. Assemblers require the previous tier of assembler. I've no idea yet whether this is one of those kind of mod packs. So I'm not going to scale up too much too early. It's possible that if we do, we'll just end up overshooting what we need. Okay, I'm just going to set up some more iron mining and a bit more coal. And we will requeue these to the end again. I wish there was a method in the base game to be able to reorder crafting queue. That would make me very happy. The other thing I'd like is something to be able to reorder technologies so that you could queue a technology into the middle of your crafting queue. Sorry, into the middle of your research queue. Okay. Seems like we're going through this coal quite quickly. I'm not sure if that's just my imagination. Let's get that last one down there. Okay, I've managed to put all the coal into the miners rather than into the smelter, but I've got a feeling that's going to be fine. I would like to keep count of these bars because I've got a feeling they're going to be... Oh, what's this stuff? Slag. Okay, we'll get back to that. I'm going to make 4 more burner mining drills for coal. We'll just put all of the stuff in there. Good. And then we've probably got in a situation where that I can't count. So let's requeue these to the end again. Good. And then we'll start thinking about tech. So, the technology tree looks very different. Dark Age technology pack takes 10 units of something. 10 units of the Dark Age. And that seems to unlock things like burner, assembler, logistics, arms, turrets, a basic armor. So it looks like we don't have very many techs at that level. So let's do that then. So if we go here, 5, 10. And then I'm assuming we need a lab of some sort. Yeah, we need a burner lab. For that, we need some stone brick. Okay. So presumably we can make stone brick in a smelter. We're going to have a look on the map in a minute and see if there's a stone patch nearby. Okay, so that's our first coal loop up and running. So we have some stone we haven't yet turned into furnaces. So I'm just going to smelt all of those into stone brick. Get everything going again. I'll be very happy once we got out of this very hand-feeding heavy stage. Okay, I can make a lab. Need more stone brick to make a second lab. I guess it depends how slow the researches are. So let's put half our packs in there. It needs some fuel. We'll put the other half of the packs in there and start research. This is just a bit frustrating walking backwards and forwards, but it's how the early game goes. At least things are fairly close together. Now, what can I do with this slag? Oh, we have stone recipes. Okay, slag into stone, or I can just handcraft stone out of nowhere. I guess maybe that's like me just digging it out of the ground and walking on, I don't know. But the slag can be turned into stone, so I guess that's a sort of recycling issue. Okay, we hadn't put any fuel. Let's take all that out and redistribute it. Good. Okay, that's all of our stone. I can chop down some more rocks for cheap stone, or I guess I could be handcrafting some stone in the background, but... Aha! Dark Age finished. So we're getting these notifications. There's a milestones mod which is bundled as part of the Exotic Industries mod pack, which is quite fun. Alright, so what can we do now that we couldn't before? And the answer is literally nothing. Okay, let's make some more research packs. So I think burner assembler is the first thing, so we can automate science. I would also like some gun turrets because I am paranoid. The early game is going to involve a lot of carrying things around, so I'd like a tool belt, I'd like a personal gun. And then we can maybe heavy armor, I'm not sure. We can get to that when we get to that. And as I say, I've got no real idea of the balance of what we should be smelting, so we may need to reassign things in a minute. This research feels like it's going quite slowly, so let's put down another couple of labs and chop down a rock, see if that gives us a sensible amount of stone to turn into stone brick. And then we need to think about doing something with our slag to turn the slag into stone. No, it just gave us 20 units of stone, which is really neither here nor there, isn't it? Okay, let's get those in. So I'm not using even distribution, so to get materials spread across machines, I'm doing the Z drag trick, which hopefully drops single items into machines, but occasionally doesn't. Okay, we're quite a lot of slag now. That seems to be building up, so I'm guessing there is going to be some kind of issue with resource balancing later on. We're going to have lots of prioritization and splitters and things, I'm guessing. Let's do another 10 pots. And I'm just trying to keep all of this going full time. Back over here, get some more coal. Because in a minute, we're going to be doing something where we don't want to be walking around, so I'd like everything ready. We have these. Great. So this requires copper, basically. Okay, I wasn't expecting the burner inserter to be primarily made of copper. But there we are. Let's make 4 of them just for no particular reason. And maybe this is telling us that we should be reassigning some of our drills to copper. So let's reassign these 8. Sorry, these 4. Some kind of not being able to count problem today. Okay, so that's a bit more even. That's 4 and 4 on both. Okay, that's all there. I'm not yet coal rich, so I can't yet drop half stacks. Right, so I think the first thing I want is a burner assembler, which takes slag and turns it into stone. Do we have... Yeah, we have some burner inserters. Let's get rid of that. Make a box. Do I want 1 box or 2? No, let's do it the simplest way possible for now. Right, so let's have a box. I'm not sure if I need stone, so we're going to send some of the stone to be smelted and some of it to be just collected in a box for me. Okay, then the other thing we're going to automate is research packs, and I think we need to look at the recipe for the packs to figure out what we need for that. So these things are made of an iron ingot and a copper ingot. You get 2 of them out, and it crafts every half second. Okay, so let's put down 1 of these. This is going to make the pack. I'm going to need another couple of boxes, I think, and then an arm for each box and an arm for each of my labs. So that's our bill of materials. Okay. Try and drop the rest of this slag in there. And I think I'm going to put slag on my hotbar. What is this? Poor iron chunk again, so that can get smelted. Alright, so we're going to have an arm. Whoops. Where we put in, so that's 200 iron, 200 copper. Let's give it 50 coal. Then this is going to put out into a box, because I want to keep this going all the time. Then, whoops. And that can only take 3 labs directly. Okay. Let's pick these up. I put some coal in there because I want to make sure that these things can fuel themselves, basically. Let's put that in there and see how this goes. So we're now sort of in the slightly burner plus burner arm phase. Okay, so is this... This seems to be producing faster than it is researching. So let's make some more labs. Do them like this for now, and I'll need another 2 arms. Oh, that's pulling out coal from here to fuel up the arm. Oh, but it's not passing the coal through, so we don't have a burner leach type arrangement going on here, which is a bit annoying. Maybe it's there to encourage us to move on from this phase of the game by making this phase a little bit annoying. But note to self, we are going to want to get beyond using burner inserter chains quite early on, so that we don't get stuck in a world where we are constantly trying to hand refuel arms, because that's just no fun for anyone. Particularly not me, since I'm the one doing it. Okay, put that back in there. And this all looks fairly okay for now. Now, this had iron mechanical parts and copper mechanical parts, which seem to be things. So we're just going to set up a couple of machines here to make some of those. I really have no idea if that's a good idea, but I don't see how it can be a bad one. And then we'll keep those topped up, I think, for handcrafting purposes, although I don't seem to be doing much handcrafting currently. Okay, we've got some military unlocked. So I quite like submachine guns. I like the idea of an armor. I like the idea of some gun turrets. Gun turrets need mechanical parts, which is great. We're automating those. And plate. It hadn't even occurred to me, but we need to automate plate production. So we need a couple more of these. And I think we're almost coal rich. So we're going to start putting in half stacks of coal into things until we discover that we don't have enough coal for that. Good. That should be enough to get our half stacks going for a bit. We'll just refuel everything. Okay, and then since those were the ones which were the actual problem, yeah, so it's clear that we need to get plates automated because plates are taking a while to generate for us. And we're going to grab some of this stone because we seem to be handcrafting stone using the out of thin air recipe, which is not great. I've got no idea for this how early on we're going to do a box build or if we're going to migrate to belts quite early, but let's get logistics done. Let's get that heavy armor. Then I did install quality of life research. So you can research faster crafting, bigger inventory, faster walking, further reach. And those are really useful, but they also scale up to being expensive quite quickly. So we will not research those early beyond the first level. Two things I do want to do early are the shooting speed, then the wall, because I like the idea of being safe, basically. So let's grab a bit more coal, and then we will have a look at our map. So I've installed a resource labels mod that saves you going around the map and manually hovering over resources and then typing in map pins. It does what it says. It gives you markers on the map that tell you what the resource is and how big it is. Okay, so we have iron, copper, coal, sulfur. The resource label marker don't seem to work for the... I'm assuming this is like the... Yeah. There's an iron and a lead, isn't there? And they're not showing up on the map. Oh, it is. Lead patch 112. Okay, so that's fine. There's something weird going on with the rendering. I'm not sure what that's all about. Okay, so we've got coal, but no stone. So I'm thinking this mod pack doesn't provide stone patches. So it's either the handcrafting or we need to get stone as a byproduct. Okay, so let's set this to make iron plate and this to make copper plate. Okay, so I can see this becoming a recurrent issue, keeping all the resources balanced across the various things you can do with the ingots. I'm guessing we need to make some... Okay, so ammo comes from iron mechanical parts. I think this is our first production chain we're going to make because even though I did increase our starting area, I'm still quite paranoid about getting eaten by bugs. So we're going to do our best to not get eaten by bugs by automating ammo production. So let's make 2 machines. Okay, so it looks like we're needing beams as well as a standard early game resource. So we need plates, beams, and mechanical parts for both iron and copper, which is interesting. So that's going to need another 2 machines for that. And then I think we have all the basic handcrafting intermediates done for now. Perhaps this means that I need a little copper smelter with copper intermediates and an iron smelter with iron intermediates. We'll investigate. Okay, so this is going to be beams. Okay, and I have no idea how much of these things we end up using, so it's difficult to know how much effort I should put into this. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do a shared box build. Okay, so we're going to need at least 3 inserters. We're going to need a box. We're going to need a lot of iron, so that goes there to pass through. That has an input, that has an input. And then we need another box and an arm for the output. Let's put the output there, so the boxes are close together, makes it nice and easy. I need some coal. This is going to make parts. This is going to make ammo. There we go. Put in a couple of stacks there. Is this everything? Yeah, it just needs mechanical parts. It's kind of weird to me that guns come from mechanical parts, since they're not really mechanical. I guess magazines are, but bullets aren't. I don't know. Well, I'm not the mod maker. They can do it however they wish, I guess. It's their reality. This walk is getting a bit dull. I'm going to be happy when we are beyond this phase of the game, but I think we're going to need... more coal. Alright, and I also want to set up an arm to feed the slag in, because it's getting a bit annoying putting the slag in by hand. So that's just to remind me where it should go, because I don't have early game bots. Okay, let's put the slag there. I'm a bit worried that I had to some intermediate crafting there, when the whole point of setting this up was to mean I wouldn't have any intermediates to craft. Oh well. Alright, that all appears to be trundling along nicely. Can we do anything to speed this up? So, seems like we've burnt through our coal here. We're building up a backlog of science pots that we haven't used. So let's add more labs. I've got no idea how many labs one of these things can handle. Okay, where would the in-between... that would go there, wouldn't it? So let's make some more arms. We're still crafting plates. Okay, I'm a bit worried about this crafting plates thing, because I do keep feeding these machines to make me more plates. Let's see what our intermediates are. We're building up intermediates of mechanical parts and a few of beams. Alright. I'm sure we will get there. I need to be able to count these things though, so I'm going to put them on my bar. We'll put the iron ones there, copper ones down there. Did I just do that wrong? Let's try again. Yeah. Okay, so at least I can count them. Alright, and this appears to be working. I've got some turrets that I handcrafted. So let's start setting these out. I should probably handcraft some more. I just want to make sure that my world is defended. Even if that just means 5 rounds, even if I have to move these quite frequently. Yeah, I'm just a bit paranoid, having lost playthroughs this early before. Okay. Okay. Oh! Enough knowledge has been acquired to progress further, unlocking Steam Age. That's brilliant. So we have progressed through the Dark Age tech era already. I'm really pleased about that. This still seems to be backing up, so let's put down some more labs. But I think that's a good place to end, because we've got through the first part of the game. So I'm going to leave this here. Between episodes, I'm just going to tidy up the base, put down some more items on the ground, but not do any researches of any import. And I'll get back to you next time, and we will see if we can progress further through exotic industries. Till then, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.